Do you guys remember what number of episode we're on right now?
29.
Yeah, that's right, Connor. We're on MoistyVoice episode 29. And I'm Michael. This dickbag is Connor. And this pile of penises is Nick.
That's really
I think a pile is worse. A pile is worse than a bag because I'm assuming you can't see through the bag, and that makes it better.
Like it's a burlap sack of penises?
I only
Yeah, that's
use
fine.
cellophane.
Hey, now it's gross. I don't want to see that. I'd rather have the pile.
I vacuum sealed it.
Ew.
With what?
With a vacuum? What do you mean with
How
a
did you, vacuum seal cellophane wrap?
No, yeah,
the
that's
Dixie.
right. No, cellophane shrink wrap. You heat
Yeah.
it. You heat it and it condenses.
Yeah.
With a heat vacuum.
Instead of
It
sucking
has so much suction it burns. Also, this episode of the MoistyVoice is brought to you by the people at the mall that I work at because they got me a discount on gummy bears and I'm happy.
Oh, I thought you just actually felt the need to buy 2 pounds of gummy bears.
1.1.
No, 30%, or 1.7.
Oh.
So yeah, it was close.
They gave me a 30% discount on them.
I'm good at eyeballing gummy bears.
That's a horrible thing.
Very useful skill.
But it's paid off.
Yeah.
So, can we start with that email? I don't know what it was, and now it's on my mind.
Oh, sure, let me pull it up.
We had an email last week that we didn't address.
We steamrolled with the previous email.
Yeah.
We hard steamrolled it.
I'll do better in the future, sorry. I just had so many games.
Picks here. With the rise of Soulsborne as a genre, do you feel like games like Neo, Code Vein, and The Surge are trying to capitalize on the success of Soulsborne and are going to ruin the genre as a whole?
No.
No, guy's an idiot. Was that me?
End of story. No.
No, not at all. Not whatsoever.
So you don't feel
in
like
any
they're
way.
not similarity enough and they're not trying to ride the curtails of Dark
No,
Souls?
it's that I'm not disputing. It's the second half of the question that completely fucking
They will ruin
skews
the
it.
genre?
Yeah, no, that doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
So it's more so then let's talk about the fact that we're just gonna steal his question for a better question right now.
Okay.
Do you feel like Neo and the Soulsborne or Code Vein, Neo and the Surge are all just basically riding the curtails of Dark Souls on the popularity bandwagon?
No. Neo was in development for a very long time. It was a different game when it started, but the developers were inspired by Dark Souls and made it much more like that mechanically.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think in any way they were just making it for, this will do well because Dark Souls did well.
Okay.
This is why we're making it. It's because it's going to be easy money. I can't speak for Cole
The Surge?
Lyoko or whatever.
Yeah, no, it's Code Lyoko. Fuck it. That's what we're calling that shit. That's
like
Code Vein is the anime Soulsborne game that's being put out. It's just Code Lyoko now.
The Surge, I don't think is
It's-
riding the curtails of the success, but I think it's very much more on the edge of Dark Souls was successful, so this likely will be.
Mm-hmm.
Despite being its own well-made and defined game.
It has some issues.
Every game has issues.
Fair enough.
The biggest issue with Dark Souls is its biggest focus point, which is PvP, and it's just lag source.
Lag. Yeah.
The entire focus of Dark Souls has a problem. So,
Well,
if you're going to say the Surge has a problem, I feel like it can't be as substantial as that.
I'll say that, so the main appeal of Street Fighter 4 was, multiplayer, right?
I have no idea.
It's a multiplayer fighting game. Yeah, it's got, the main appeal of Street Fighter 4 was, multiplayer and being able to play online with people. That's what
Okay.
a lot of fighting games are. Street Fighter 4 had one of the shittiest network systems ever. I couldn't get a good game. Never had a good match. It was just lagging all over the place.
Right.
I still was fine with it. I learned how to play with the lag, and I'm
You
sure
shouldn't have. That's...
Yeah. Same exact fucking thing with a couple other fighting games. Persona 4 Arena and Ultimax at launch both had terrible networks just because, at launch, they had rough times. And I feel like now that Souls, Dark Souls 3 in particular, after it's been out for a while, they kind of fixed a lot of the...
No,
They fixed the Dark Sword.
Okay, they fixed Dark Sword, yeah,
Which
by
was,
just
one
hard
of...
debuffing it.
Yeah.
Instead of hey, we should maybe fix some of the network things because the Dark Sword's animations go through a lot of stuff if you don't work it well.
Mm-hmm.
We don't care enough to fix the network things, which are the main focus of our game, so we're just gonna shit on the weapon.
So, yeah, but after I saw the shit on the weapon, it was just a lot more... I enjoyed the PvP a lot more. After it
As
just...
someone who accidentally went Dark Sword, it worked out well. I mean, it paid off.
I won't argue that fact that you had a fun time with the Dark Sword.
It was the only weapon that could deal with lag.
Mm-hmm. Well, other than, like, spears or anything that has the longest fucking range in the world.
I also use spears a lot. No, my first playthrough of Dark Souls 3 was actually pretty fucking key because I killed every PvP guy because I just outweaponed them by choice. Accidentally, I had no idea.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
I mean, I played through it just basically with the fucking greatsword the entire time.
Well, a whole lot of great swords. I feel like Dark Souls 3 is just great swords.
It's like, if you're not playing strength build, you're doing something wrong, kind of.
Basically. But, no,
Well,
I don't think these games are coming around simply because Dark Souls was successful. Let's just copy that. It will be successful. That's obviously any focus for any game that comes through is, hey, here's a game we want to make. We're going to style it after this because that did well, so, you know, this is going to do well. There are very few games that come out nowadays that are just a completely new design, hoping, hey, maybe this will work.
Also, to say, like, hey, we have this game, and it's kind of its own genre. Do you think any other game being like this game ruins the genre? It's like, no, that is, like, what genre exists for.
Yeah, no, these are creating the genre. Dark Souls is not its own genre because it is one title.
Okay.
It is now a genre because of the Surge,
Bloodborne.
Code Lyoko, and technically Bloodborne, although that's still Dark Souls,
Yeah.
and Neo. With those additions, it is now this, I'm not sure what to label it.
Survival RPG.
It's not about survival, though. It's about just progressing further with each life. And it's not roguelike. I'm not sure what
I don't know.
mechanically to
Yeah, no, I
define
don't
it
know how to
as,
define that.
but it is now a Dark Souls genre. It was not before.
Yeah.
And these are not in any way killing it. They are creating it.
They will enhance it just because by the nature of having a genre, you can steal from other people. So,
They're
like,
only going to make future games in the genre better.
yeah, because like, oh, we had this fun, innovative idea. Everybody's like, I could take that idea.
Yeah.
I can see that.
No, I think whoever asked this question is just a cellar-dwelling Dark Souls fanboy and is salty to see other people be successful because of similar game design.
I can't confirm that. Fuck you, Pics.
Yeah, we ask our fans to send us emails, and then we insult them.
Pickpix isn't a fan. He coerced that out of him.
Another person on FF14.
Okay, no, finish. Then you can continue that thought.
No, don't do that.
I pushed my tongue back as I was trying to talk.
I noticed. Made a horrible noise.
Mm-hmm.
But... No, I think I answered the question well enough.
Yeah.
No, I don't think you can say our games being made in a genre ruining the genre if it's literally just been created. Like, it didn't even
it's
exist
too
until
new, and there's no
recently.
real actual title for this genre. Because there's no good way.
Like, you
it's
know
like
it. When you
action
say
RPG.
No, like, Soulsborne is the name. When
Yeah.
you hear that, you know what you're getting into. But there's really no...
There's no
Not a better
title.
way that I can think of, anyway, to really describe that.
Yeah.
I've got something we can talk about.
Oh, God.
I think you're gonna have a lot to contribute to this. Is the massive nationwide success of the Szechuan Sauce event at McDonald's.
I could die, really. So, quick context. I waited in line. That should be enough context if you know anything about it. But yeah, no, just absolute shit fest.
Alright, so rundown.
around.
McDonald's was launching a Szechuan Sauce Rick and Morty fan event. Although a lot of people argue it was independent of Rick and Morty, I don't
It absolutely
understand
was not.
that argument in any way.
They even made... They actually said in their apology, Rick and Morty fans.
Yeah.
This is a Rick and Morty event. They just didn't pay... Comedy Central or Turner. No, it's Adult Swim, so they didn't pay,
Cartoon
Turner.
Network.
It's owned by Turner.
Oh,
They
is it really?
They didn't, you know, pay the parent company the licensing to have Rick and Morty, and they wouldn't have because McDonald's.
They don't have
isn't-
to.
Well, also McDonald's isn't in the market of attracting Rick and Morty. You know, they've got parents and kids. You know, to officially license anything would actually hurt their business.
But they're doing this event.
It's a Rick and Morty event.
Because the Rick and Morty fans have ever since the first episode of season 3, which was such a mess.
Yeah,
have
no,
been,
that was...
Give us the Szechuan sauce. We want the Szechuan sauce. I want the shitty Mulan sauce. Because for whatever reason, what's his name? Justin Roiland decided this is the best sauce that ever existed, and I'm gonna push it hard.
Dan Harmon. He
Dan
does
Harmon.
the bulk of the writing.
Okay.
Justin's the voice actor and co-creator.
Dan Harmon decided that this was the epitome of nugget sauces.
Or he just decided this will make a good joke. And I feel like that's kind of what I would do.
If I
can
had
make a
his
bit.
power, I absolutely would say, you know what I miss? This one thing. And then I would like do this just to get that back.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I
That
would
is
do.
the correct abuse of power.
I'm not trying to say this is the definitive best. It's just I like this. Can I bring it back?
But in any case, so they put out the locations that would be participating. Show up. We'll have the sauce. We'll have some posters for the first X people in line and stuff.
The first
some,
20 or
Okay.
something.
For reference, to give you an idea of how many there were, locations, we have a city with the most populated university in the country. One of the largest the most populated city in Arizona by volume or by square
We're
footage.
the 5th or 6th largest urban area in the country, as another statistic.
We had in the entire Phoenix metro maybe a dozen to 14 locations, 2 in Tempe. So this was pretty sparse. I myself alone in the past week have been to at least 5 McDonald's in Tempe.
I want to say there's one every 4 square miles.
More than
Well,
that.
much smaller than that.
Once you get into certain areas,
No, fair enough. I'm like
Yeah.
just
one every 2
I'm like
miles.
accounting for like just extra space.
It's like one every 2 miles. There are many of
I'm
them.
talking square, so
2 locations in this city had the sauce. Breaking it down further, so here's my story. I show up. It's 2 hours before the event, give or take.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, you know what? I probably could have come earlier, but that's on me. I made this decision.
So you wait in line 2 hours
I
until
wait
the
in line
event.
2 hours. Not even an hour in, somebody tells me, hey, they ticketed before I showed up, apparently. They ticketed. They said there's only 65 event items to give away. And they've already given them all away. And I was like, wow, that's whack. But okay.
before
I'll
the
stick around.
event.
I was like, you know what? I'll stick around, though. That's okay. I was like, 65, whatever. Then as the day goes on, and, we're in Mountain Standard Time without daylight savings, so Eastern Time is 3 hours ahead of us. So the tweets start coming in as we're waiting, and we start hearing just horror stories of, like, things that are going on. There were, at every location in the country, 20 sauce packets and another 20 posters, and then whatever left were 3x5 postcard stickers of the posters. The posters, there's only 2,000 in existence of each of them. So those are very collectible. The Szechuan sauce one is going for like 13 grand on eBay or something. It's nuts. By the time we had started the event, sauce packets were online for 450, selling at 300 by it now. So it was happening, but there was no supply whatsoever for this event. I mean, absolutely miserable.
No more than 20 packets a location nationwide, and some locations didn't even get packets.
A lot of locations got nothing. A lot of places didn't even know they were one of the locations. In some states, they showed up and they're like, hey, sauce? And they're like, what are you talking about? So, no. Just absolutely nightmarish, this whole thing.
Horribly managed.
And it really couldn't have failed, is what drives me nuts.
Yeah.
Like, they had as sure thing as it gets. Print a shit ton of sauce, force people to buy a $9 nugget or chicken strip combo, profit. And somewhere along the lines, they forgot how to do one of those two things.
You mean how to make money?
Which is very strange for McDonald's.
Yeah, very weird. Very weird indeed. So it was ridiculous. I mean, we didn't have riots or anything.
We could have.
Some stores had some
Police
real
were
messy...
called in at a lot of places. Yeah, it happened.
Now, this is a question solely for Connor.
Uh-huh.
On difficulty to entice race war, how would you rate?
What, scale 1 to 10, 10
Yeah.
being easy, or
10 being
easy?
the most difficult thing, the most difficult way to entice a race war to happen in.
Probably a 4 could have gone. Wasn't at all involved with race, but all the anger could have been driven that way.
Okay. You think you could have gotten it there?
Nope, can't speak for me personally whether or not I could have done any of that, because that's horrible. I love all humans.
Races.
Yeah.
All beings.
Bike races.
No.
Car races even.
Yeah.
Lots of races.
And now bike race is not BMX.
Okay. Are you talking like the Tour de France?
That's not BMX.
Yeah, it's
Be
a bike
cooler
race.
if it was.
So we need to do sick flips in the Tour de France?
Yeah. You need to put some ramps.
If Lance Armstrong had more testicles, I bet you he would have.
He doesn't have the balls for this?
He doesn't have the balls for those tricks.
No.
That means they just won't get hurt.
Yeah.
He
Not
can
having the
dangle
balls
them
for the
off the
tricks
side
makes
of
them
the
easier.
He can dangle
That's
one
the
ball
problem.
off the side of the seat, and then he doesn't have to worry about the other ball like clapping or hitting anything.
Instead of doing drugs to cheat, you just remove testicles.
Yeah. Oh, that might actually lower your testosterone. I don't know how that'd go. You're
Don't
gonna have
you?
to start doing drugs. Fuck you.
I just like
Doesn't go well.
Don't do drugs. You
You don't have a testicle? Here's some testosterone.
Don't do drugs. Remove testicle. Oh wait, if you remove testicle, you'll need to do drugs.
Yeah.
Maybe just do drugs.
Yeah, just do drugs. No, this is not the MoistyBoiz officially sponsoring drugs.
That's a lie.
But maybe you should do some testosterone
We're not
supplements.
sponsoring drugs.
No,
Oh,
we're
yeah,
not
no, I'm
sponsoring
not
it.
paying anybody
That's-
to do drugs. Pay for
Right.
your own.
Yeah,
damn
no,
drugs.
we're
We're
not
just promoting that.
we're
I don't
not
even pay for
pushing
my
them.
own drugs.
We're not pushing drugs. We're just saying, hey, sometimes it might be a good idea to do drugs.
Yeah.
Namely testosterone enhancers.
I mean, I guess.
I think that's an unarguable claim. Is that sometimes
I will
it's a good
argue
idea to
it,
do,
but it
to
is
do
likely
drugs.
unarguable.
What, that sometimes it's okay to do drugs, namely
No, sometimes it's the right thing.
it's the right thing?
Yeah, no, sometimes it's just you
Need.
have to do drugs.
Yeah.
Alternatively, you could die. Think about it.
Alternatively, yeah, you could just kill yourself.
I didn't say that.
He didn't.
Fair enough.
But yeah, no. So
now you're
the
just
sauce-
putting words in my mouth.
To sum it up, sauce was miserable. Everything
God, it
went
was
terrible.
Horribly managed. A day
The place
later.
that I was at, they actually, because it was such limited quantities, because what they advertised, you show up, you get sauce and poster. The place I was at, they were like, we don't have anything. You have to choose sauce or poster. Which on the one hand, kind of sucks.
Yeah, because all the sauce was just given out in the first place.
Oh yeah, the first 20 people pick sauce. Which in a couple or a minute or so, they'll realize that they were some damn fools. They should have gotten the 1 in 2,000 print run poster. But a lot of people, yeah. So they announced very quickly, there's no more sauce. Bunch of people left. There's no more posters. Bunch of people left. So it was just crazy. And by the time 2 o'clock rolled around, there were 200 plus people in that parking lot.
Yeah.
Cars could not move for a solid hour. It was insane. But yeah. Day later, not even. No, yeah, it was a day later.
Yeah.
Day later,
Full day later.
McDonald's releases like a super official announcement. We done fucked.
Hey,
We're
we messed
sorry.
up. We're so sorry.
We
Wubba
didn't
lubba
realize
dub
there would be
dub.
such a demand. Bullshit. So we're going to and they did say here, any Rick and Morty fan who couldn't get their hand on it will have a chance soon. Not just some, but all. And not just, and they said it would be for a long period, not just one day.
1
So
month.
they're
For
going
what
to
seems to be a limited run, they're returning Szechuan sauce in December.
Yep. For about the whole month or so, couple weeks at least.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be a thing. I don't like day one. People might line up, but I wouldn't bother because
I don't think they will.
it's gonna be such a thing that it'll be back. But yeah, no. So they screwed up an unscrew-upable event amazingly.
Very
And
easily.
Now they're just kind of doing whatever.
When it comes back, I'm not buying any of it.
I will, but that's because I'm eating there 4 times a week, so it'd be weird for me not
To try the new
I disagree.
sauce.
I think it'd be not weird at all for you not to.
If I'm going there 4 times a week, I'm gonna eat sauce eventually.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be Szechuan.
I gotta try it.
Is that just the end of your sentence there? I have to try it?
Well, yeah, no, it would be just a
Rem-
complete waste of an opportunity not to. Whether I believe they're in the right or the wrong, or I mean, what is me boycotting the sauce gonna do? I'm just gonna miss out on some sauce that probably sucks, but I'll
You're
get to
gonna
laugh about.
You're going to deny McDonald's that $8 it needs.
Oh, they're gonna get the $8. That's the thing.
Oh.
It would just be me spending the $8 and then
being sad.
getting barbecue when I could do that whenever.
Okay. I think that Connor's spite is just...
It's not spite.
His
Yes.
fight game's strong.
He has to channel it through someone else today.
I don't spite.
Shit.
I'm a happy person.
Really?
Yeah.
That seemed like the most painful thing for you to ever do.
I've
I
been
can-
frowning
I can-
a lot today. So
I
my
can just
muscles
see
are...
a tear forming in the corner of your eye after doing
I mean,
that.
you could look at something else.
I could.
I
You know what else I could look at?
His dick.
The new Settlers of Catan movie.
Oh.
Or my dick.
You
What's
do
the
that,
difference?
I'm gonna look at his dick.
What do you mean? What's the difference? What are the similarities?
They're both boring.
Ouch.
Says Mr. No Testosterone. Leave me alone. So they're making
You
it
would like
Settlers
that,
of
wouldn't you?
Yes! They're making a Settlers of Catan movie, which doesn't at all make any sense.
No?
I'm not sure if it's going to be a la Jumanji. New one, Dwayne.
No, I get it. It's just the way you said a la Jumanji made it sound
It's
like
like
a
a-
religious thing.
That's what I was thinking the exact same time.
Did it really?
Yeah.
That was weird. But it's either going to be, like Jumanji X Zathura kind of stuff, or it'll be Warcraft.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So either it's going to be an
No.
actual 100% takes itself seriously world where it's a bunch of, I guess, different kings or something, and it's the movie of them going around building different cities and roads and trying to be faster than each other building cities and roads.
This
And
reminds me
waiting
of
for
one
the
of my
gods of the
Japanese
heavens
animes.
to let them know what they can or can't harvest this cycle.
Honestly, the first
This
thing I
this
thought
reminds
was
me of one of my
Battleship.
Japanese animes.
The first thing I thought was Battleship because that's the most recent board game based movie.
Does Hasbro
Not a movie
own
that
Catan?
involves a board game, but a board game based movie.
Does Hasbro own Catan?
It's not Hasbro.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a smaller company.
family owned.
It's basically just Catan as their main flagship, if I
That's all
recall
they
correctly.
need, honestly.
Yeah.
But I don't see how it can work out if they're in any way trying to actually emulate the game.
They probably won't be.
You know, if they're just taking the name and saying, "Hey, Catan movie," and maybe people will show up because Catan, then I could see that.
I mean, they will. So.
I'm probably gonna
You
see
don't think
it.
they're gonna emulate in any way whatsoever?
No, I'm saying people. They could just say Catan, and then people will show up.
I was like, I'm intrigued by this.
That was like the whole marketing strategy for the
Battleship.
Battleship movie is, look, Rihanna, look, Liam Neeson, show up, because Battleship.
I keep forgetting Rihanna. I just remember.
She was a big role in it.
What's his name? It was the same guy who played John Carter, right?
Oh,
John
Taylor
Carpenter of
Kitsch.
Mars?
Kitsch, yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, John Carpenter of Mars.
Got it.
The
I enjoy
worst
the
John
movie.
Carpenter.
I'll be the guy to
I didn't see it.
way back when my mom picked it up on DVD. I've seen it maybe like 8 times now.
Wow.
Did you ever read the Barsoom books?
Fuck no.
Uh,
I read good books,
I don't.
not anything that a movie like that could be made off of.
it's actually a very good series that just does not make movie, really. It's kind of weird. It's one of those things where it's like maybe this was a little too expansive for singular movie, There
I
was
thought
just,
they did it well.
there was a lot packed in, and a lot of little things that they were trying to do.
I never felt lost or that they did too much.
No, I think a lot of the shortcomings were because of it, though.
That they tried to do too much.
I'm just I don't see the shortcomings because I've seen it 8 times.
That is true. You have seen.
Are we talking about Battleship or?
No, we're still on John Carter.
Okay.
Also, Battleship though. Who was Rihanna?
She was like one of
ship.
the. She was the voice of the ship. No, she was one of the like ranking officers or something, like one of the higher up people.
Could
Liam
you
Neeson was,
recognize
like,
her as such?
Oh yeah.
Because...
Oh yeah. No, it was. She had like, just a hat. She was butt naked, just a hat.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was gonna say if she was in uniform and actually had to look like an officer at all, I feel like she just doesn't. There's
Show
no point.
up. She just actually didn't even show up.
Showed up for the audition wearing just a hat. Rihanna.
They filmed her for 15 minutes and they put her in a movie.
Well, I mean, she didn't do shit in what's his name?
What,
Valerian.
Valerian? She did a lot. In
Did she
Valerian.
Did she read all those lines?
Did she? Yeah.
Yeah, she
She
did.
did so much.
Would you
wanna
say
know
she
how-
arguably starred in
She came in.
41% of the movie?
I will
She
say,
said her lines, and then they grafted her face onto the person doing all the movements.
I would say she did the most face stuff out of anyone in that movie.
Are we talking like
That's not true
wrestling
at all.
face?
Cara Devline's eyebrows were everywhere.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
got that game.
She's gonna be the next eyebrow.
Smith?
Jack Nicholson, amazing with eyebrows.
I don't know.
Yes.
DiCaprio, pretty good with eyebrows. Cara Delevingne, yeah, probably.
I
up
think
there.
actually, and I'm gonna jump on
Cara.
Nolan's hard right of this because for whatever reason he just jerks off Tom Hardy whenever he talks about him. But Tom Hardy is the best face movement.
Oh yeah, no, he's got the best face.
Which
No.
includes eyebrows.
No, Gary Oldman has the best face. He is the best at face. You have to be really good
Okay,
at
Michael
face to
Keaton's
have that
pretty
many
good.
faces.
He's not that great though.
I mean, that's like saying Johnny Depp has best face.
He has good face.
Oh my god, dog.
And I said maybe he shouldn't be in here.
Michael's right. There you go.
Connor will admit that once every 6 years. Really,
Actually, no, he'll admit
really
that
soak
once
that
every
in.
like.
Michael has never
4.
been more right.
So he'll admit it once every 4. He won't say it like every other week.
You don't deserve anything.
I really don't deserve
Rihanna
to be
didn't do.
acknowledged.
I don't know why she keeps trying to break into acting when she doesn't pick any roles that really require it.
yeah, she, in all of the stuff that she's done, she really hasn't given any reason to be like, wow, Rihanna is an actor now. It's always just been like, Rihanna was in that movie.
Yeah, she was in it.
She's been fine in all of the stuff she's done, but
She's
it's
been
just
fine.
she's been not taking anything where she could really show off and make me be like, I need to see you in more movies. Like she does a really good job as just a like a cameo performer.
And Ethan Hawke was infinitely greater in Valerian than Rihanna was.
Who was? Oh yeah, nah.
Charlie, come on. He was the best pimp.
I didn't see
Yeah,
Valerian, so
yeah,
I have no
you know what?
comments.
Well, when I
I
pick
will
it up
give
on
Ethan
Blu-ray, you can watch it 6 out of the 8 times with me.
I will give Ethan Hawke as
What is with you
Best
and just
cameo.
rewatching movies about alternate worlds
It's
8
not-
times?
All right, so I think this is my mom's fault, but she buys
Is it just like weird
like
escapism?
a shit ton of movies. So she has like every Disney movie ever. She has, I think, all the Marvel movies up to date. She has all the Star Wars, is obviously all the Pirates, Aliens, like any major franchise she has, and then a bunch of just other movies that could in any way be associated with them, like John Carter's Disney. So she has a very broad movie collection. I very much enjoy movies, like a hell of a lot.
Mhm.
And back when I played PC a lot, I wanted at least one playing in the background all the time. So I would just be watching movie every night. I go to sleep, I put on a movie because that's how I fall asleep.
No, I know.
As a movie. I've seen Inception like 50 fucking times.
What's the movie you've seen the most?
That's either Amazing Spider-Man 2 or
Not the one I would have guessed.
Oh my god.
I just couldn't get enough of Emma Stone dying.
How did I know that's exactly why? Like, because when I think of Amazing Spider-Man 2, I think of Whiplash.
Oh yeah, all about that Whiplash.
This is king.
It's no, God no. It's either Amazing Spider-Man 2
Whiplash.
or
The character Whiplash.
Yeah, from Iron Man. Yeah.
oh okay, Danny Trejo. He's a good
No,
king.
Mickey Rourke.
Yeah. Dude. Okay.
He does a
Race
great.
war.
He does a great job looking like Danny Trejo. I'll give him that, and he always makes me think it's Danny Trejo.
I will admit that
You
this
gotta
one
remember
time
that,
I may
like-
or may not have been subconsciously racist.
Like, Mickey
Honestly-
Rourke has probably just taken enough punches to the face that you just can't recognize him anymore.
That too.
Yeah, there's that.
Danny
I
Trejo's
the
best
prison
cameo.
photos they used in Iron Man 2 were Mickey Rourke's actual photos from prison.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Which they conveniently have also done with Danny Trejo. I'm not sure what movie it was, but there was a movie
There are a
where
lot of similarities.
they actually did do.
Are we not
something
sure
like
that, like, one of them just doesn't put on, like, makeup and become the
I
other?
think Danny Trejo could easily be Mickey Rourke. I don't think that's a stretch at all.
Mickey Rourke actually died during his boxing career, and Danny Trejo took over his
But
life.
Danny Trejo can be hilarious. He was great in the Muppets.
Sometimes he wants to not be hilarious.
And then he's Mickey Rourke.
And then he's Mickey
Yeah,
Rourke.
okay, you know what? Those Muppet movies were great.
They were.
Those were so good.
When the worst part of your movie is just Jim Parsons, that's a pretty okay.
Yeah.
I
It's-
watched-
it's Sheldon from Big Bang, if you didn't.
That's not okay at all. He shouldn't get anything. I watched Amazing Spider-Man 2 half because I enjoyed it, and it was like the best movie to put me asleep or have in the background. At the for a solid couple months, it was just the best movie. They cycle sometimes.
Okay.
And the other half was during that time my brother would come bother me. More often than usual. I think he lost a friend or something.
Well,
Oh yeah, no they.
there was a very good reason for that, though.
Yeah, no they. But he hated that scene of Emma Stone dying. Like it just upset him watching her fall and Spider-Man accidentally kill her.
It is pretty graphic.
It was actually really well done. It's very emotionally trying. It's a good scene. But I would be playing it in the hopes that whenever he would bother me, it would be that scene at the time, and maybe 6 times he came in and it was her dying. And every time he would just get very and leave, and it was worth it so much to see
Has
him get
anybody
upset.
ever told you that you're just a bad person?
Not once ever. No,
Oh. I think we need to start doing that daily.
I don't think so at all. I'm saying.
You're
What are you
saying.
doing? Watching this movie? Why? Because
I hope that my brother
might
walks
just...
in and might feel bad.
I mean, that's actually, I explained this once already to the people I play with on PC, because they would be hearing Amazing Spider-Man 2 in the background all the time. They actually, anybody I play with at the time now can just hear a line from Amazing Spider-Man 2 and tell you how far into it is,
Okay.
how many times they heard the movie. I explained it to them once, and none of them said I was a horrible person, so I mean, I feel like it's maybe
Well, then
just
again, the
you.
people I knew the people that you played online with for like 6 weeks ish. They're not good people.
What
Some
you
of them
want?
are.
I got some.
You can't
Maybe.
really deny that.
Enough of them are good people.
Oh, no.
Can't say that.
No.
I cannot.
No, that's just
Wait,
a
are you
lie.
talking your PC people?
Yes.
PC people.
Oh, no, yeah, those were bad people. I thought
What?
I was like, your PlayStation people were not bad people.
Oh, no,
When
you're...
did you play with the PC people?
I'm pretty sure I just hopped on Dota for a session or so.
There.
Maybe.
Are you now just contemplating your entire life?
No, I'm trying to think of how many different people I've exposed you guys to, and if that all reflects upon me as a person.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know the answer to the first part of your question.
Well,
but,
fuck
but
you
yes.
too. Damn,
Uh,
that's
the
what I
people-
get for trying to incorporate friends.
The people that you hang out with are a reflection of who you are. Do you enjoy their company? Yes? Well, that's a reflection upon you.
You people are vividly different than the others.
Yeah.
I'm a multifaceted human. I don't believe that one is significantly representative over the other.
Bitch, I have 2 sinks in my place. I'm multifaceted as well.
You seem multifaceted. I say 5-faced.
Just the look of disappointment on your face is all I need to
Do I
get up
have
in the
5
morning.
clicks? I've got you guys. I've got PSN. A different PSN actually is one. Because I'm pretty genuine with you as I am with our Moisty group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's PC. There are actually like 3 major groups on PC that have different people in all of them. Shit.
Or aren't you just a
You guys
social
might
butterfly?
have a point.
And
Yeah.
You have 5 faces?
I might have 5 or 6 faces. But that doesn't represent me though.
They're non-representative.
Connor
faces.
face? PC face?
I'm not a bad person.
Or just
Everybody else is.
So if everybody else is a bad person,
Uh-huh.
and they consider themselves good,
I don't think they
doesn't
do.
that make you an outlier?
I don't think they do.
Oh, I know I'm a terrible person.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm bad.
Me, I'm not bad at all. What's the last bad thing I did? Exactly.
I'll
yeah.
check the
There we
list.
go. No list. There's no list. Don't get out a list. Don't do that.
I could just say Monday in general.
I was a brilliant person on Monday.
Sure.
I spent time with a friend.
Yeah.
I tried to make him happy.
You
He
showed
seemed
up
pretty
to work
happy. I showed up to work.
on time. I have to
That's
say
something
that
to
That's a
add with
hesitation.
you over me.
you didn't on Wednesday, so I have to add that on Monday you significantly did versus other days.
Versus this one other day. Not the 3 days a week you'll come in 10 minutes late.
I actually don't, and I get emails every time you're late, so
Why?
I'm gonna start sending those to Michael. Just hey, back me up in 3 weeks.
Connor came in late. Help me insult him next time. You don't even need to say, Connor, just help me insult Connor. That's all it takes.
That's harsh.
What? That you deserve all the insults I can give?
I don't see why you're trying
You
to
have
beat
way
me
too
up.
many insults to give.
Oh.
That is harsh.
I don't actually ever stop, though. It's not so much insults as complaints.
You do complain.
I have a very long list of grievances.
I used
It's
to
a weird
complain
way
more
to
than
say
you.
you're a whiny bitch.
I call them my little general grievances.
Every time something bothered you, you were like, "This will make a fine addition."
This will make a fine addition to my memories.
Not playing online as much has reduced my saltiness.
I would say that's
Your
probably been true.
saltiness has significantly reduced since like the time I knew you during Dota. God, that was bad.
Nah, that was peak.
How?
Implying
Well, are you
that-
talking first half of Dota or second half?
When I first started playing Dota with you.
Oh, yeah.
That
bad
was,
time.
like-
bad time.
Yeah. And then when you kind of like gave up on your computer, that's when you started to improve.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like I feel like getting you away from your computer is what causes you to be salty.
Technology is evil.
Specifically your laptop sucks all the pleasantness out of your body.
It does cause the most gripes out of you, I would say. Things that come from it.
I hate that laptop.
I think that we have now come to the cornerstone of the problem. All we have to do is just throw out the laptop and start rebuilding anew.
Why aren't we psychologists? We'd be great.
What, I just insult them until they get tired and give
I can
up?
be a psychologist with anybody I've known for a number of years.
Yeah.
And that's a career.
No, you're saying that like a joke. That's what psychology is.
Yeah, a lot of times it's actually over like a good number of months before they make any progress.
Yeah, but we're not starting with the intent of psychologist. You're coming into the game at the end once you have the
hold on.
advantage.
We open a clinic
Yeah.
where you can just go and just hang
Talk
out.
about it's
No, you
basically
just
like
hang out.
confessionals.
You just hang out.
Just Just a hangout
There's
place.
games,
Okay.
there's brewskis,
You're tricking 'em.
there's a ping pong table. 5 years into
No one's
it,
gonna use that ping. Can we replace that with like a pool table? No one plays.
No,
pool.
no, no,
yeah,
no,
pool
no,
table.
foosball.
Fuck no,
No,
man. Pool
pool table.
table. What are you living in?
somebody
Oh, I hate pool.
you know, comes in, they chat with you, you hang out, you crack some cold ones, and then out of the blue, 5 years in, you suddenly get real deep with them. And you just start like, hey, you okay, buddy? Yeah, no, work was fine. No, like, are you okay?
I mean, I've noticed over the last 6 months that you have ordered less and less of...
I've noticed over the last 6 years. List.
And it seems to like what you're experiencing right now can be synonymous with postpartum depression. Did somebody recently leave you and left a hole in your life?
I just told you my grandmother died. What are
Did
you
you say
talking about?
postpartum depression?
Yes.
Because he just gave birth and now he's got problems?
Yes.
Would you like to change that word, or just one letter even?
No.
Would you?
I
No.
would have problems if I just gave birth to.
I think
if
you would.
I gave birth, I'd have a lot
I think
of
if Connor
problems.
gave birth, he would probably have some issues to work through.
I think that we'd all have issues to
little
work
while.
through. Not for a little while.
Most of them physical, but you know.
I feel like if any one of us gave birth, we'd all have issues.
I'd be the best at giving birth. Look at
You're
my
too
hips.
skinny.
No, I got
Well,
wide
Connor
hips.
might actually die if he gives birth.
He's got thin hips.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
you're
you guys
wide
are
hips.
underestimating my bones.
He's got stretchy bones.
You don't drink milk.
Well, I'm the only person who drinks
Yeah,
milk.
he's the only reason
Really?
we buy milk.
Shit.
Yeah.
Oh, you're drinking with your protein powder too. You got them strong
No,
bones.
I stopped that. I'm too depressed.
It's because you lack creatine.
We should get you some testosterone.
Wait. We can get some creatine and we can,
We
crush
lace the drinks at the bar hangout place with testosterone and creatine.
up. People are gonna die. No. For Christmas, we buy him a big old tub of creatine that just has a shit ton of Xanax crushed into it. Some days he might OD. We don't know.
Some days, I think like day 4.
Here you go, but do not have more than one a day.
I don't want to be that guy, but creatine is actually just as good as any other protein supplement. There's nothing that makes it special.
It's just a fun word to say in
It's
all
got
honesty.
a much better name though. Whey? Like, what is whey?
You want to talk about whey protein? You want to talk about man protein?
Grains.
It's semen.
You got sourdough protein?
He's putting semen in you.
Just
I
gonna.
need that.
What?
The sourdough protein, not the
Okay.
not that other thing. That ain't me.
Timing. Timing
Yeah.
was key there.
No, it wasn't. It was actually a little bit late.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna bring this up.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's really talking about it outside of Hollywood circles. Just
Oh.
because nobody really cares.
Cares.
This is not an interesting story. I'm gonna say it. It's not an interesting story if you are not at all involved in film, in terms of actual like film community, film media, Hollywood, social type stuff.
Mm.
But there's huge last Thursday, and we chose not to put it on the cast just because, again, it's really not a great story. But Harvey Weinstein, insanely important and famous and legacyable. I don't know what the word for it. He's got a legacy. Big name for indie film. Was the head of Miramax when it was bought by Disney. The Weinstein Company is a huge indie studio. Some stuff comes out, New York Times article about his just horrendous acts of sexual harassment over his many years of being who and where he is, and everything just fucking exploded.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just absolute madness for a really long time. Just about every single actor or person in film who has any semblance of a name has come out and said something about it. And, I mean, the list goes on. We've got people like, Ben Affleck and Matt Damon are saying things about it because he made their careers with Good Will Hunting. But you've even got people God, there was somebody who just made no sense. It was like a British actor that it was the weirdest thing that they were speaking out because they've never worked with the guy, but everybody is getting their 2 cents put in on it. He's been fired. He's been ousted by his company, which is kind of weird. Not like he should have. He should have, absolutely. But it's weird to have a Weinstein company that's no longer having.
Have you not seen any of the Batman movies? I saw this coming a mile away.
But so just huge shakeup. A lot of things are going to be interesting in the future. A lot of people backing out of book deals because he's got a publishing company. A lot of movies are going to be losing financing. His company is basically screwed. They were already kind of screwed. It's just interesting to me because everybody's like, oh man, nobody knew. This is such a shocker. Like, we knew this happens, but pretty much everyone knew. Anybody who's been in a room with him
Oh man, this
can
is
tell
such
you
a
that
shocker.
it's just
Where's
a real,
Spider-Man when you need him?
It's really not comfortable to be in a room. I know a lot of people who were like, I've never once been standing in his presence and been like, this isn't incredibly off-putting on some level. Or seeing the way he would interact with women, just not even people who's making sexual advances on, just in general. So it's just, I don't want to call it two-faced or opportunist, but everybody's kind of taking this as a chance to make a huge PR stunt.
Well, I think it is opportunist.
And
With how many people
I think
have
that's
done
the
it.
definition of opportunist.
yeah, I guess so.
Is
Yeah,
that they're just taking a chance at like, hey, maybe I could do something with
and
this.
a lot of people are severing any sense of ties with him.
Now,
Like,
despite that, there are people who have very valid things, and we're not saying
Oh no,
if they were
Yeah,
at all,
many.
actually affected by Weinstein, that they shouldn't be speaking out at this time. But there are a lot of people who weren't on any level near as affected by that are.
and some people are doing it to raise awareness of the issue. Like sexual assault and harassment in Hollywood is a big problem. Always has been, and hopefully, as more things like this come out. But then, I mean,
I
it's
blame
also
Edison.
it's creating like a huge, not a movement. That's the wrong word, but it's created a big thing where now people are just coming out against. This has kind of given them not the strength necessary, but the sort of reassurance and they now can come out and bring up claims that they've been sitting on for a long time.
Right.
Terry Crews being one of them.
Yeah.
So it's really awesome that this is creating this kind of environment where people are no longer afraid to sit with these problems for years and years because they think, oh, if I say anything, I'm gonna lose a job. My chance in Hollywood is over.
Right.
It's really nice to see that people are able to now come out and hopefully they're not going to put an end to it with this one thing, but this is significant and for a lot of reasons. So I'm really happy, not that this happened, obviously, that he did the things he did, but that he was exposed and that this is now creating, at least for the time being, a culture of just calling out all of the horrendous things that have been happening in the past. And, I would be really happy to see just a massive cleanup happen because of this. That, people just come out and say the things that they've been bottling up for a long time at fear of losing their job and their career. And a bunch of shitheads just get fired and basically exiled for it.
Yeah.
That would be very
I'm
cool
excited to see more of this happening.
I'm just be excited to see the exiling happen.
It's been going on nonstop.
Have you not
since
seen
last
Batman
Thursday.
3?
I haven't.
Oh man, it's great.
I don't think there's been a single hour where I haven't had something come across my newsfeed about this. That
Actually,
is how
yeah, I've been seeing
ubiquitous it
nothing,
is.
and I don't follow half as a quarter as many film things as you do, but all of my shit has been Weinstein.
It's slowly expanding as more public figures make statements about it. Like Terry Crews' thing, that is a lot more reportable than, let's say, Matt Damon or, so-and-so who we knew was involved and knew was going to say something, saying something.
Right.
But huge thing for business, huge thing for, Hollywood moving forward. Hopefully some positive can come from this. That is
Some
my
positive has
takeaway.
already come from
Yeah.
it. And Weinstein's out.
But yep, so that's I just wanted to not be blind to what's happening. It is happening. People should be aware, and people should know why this is important and why things like this can create a better culture. That's my soapbox.
There you go. Can you take it from him?
Can I steal his soapbox?
Yeah.
I can steal anything from Nick. You just won't notice.
This
Just
is
go.
very likely.
Like,
I rely on Michael to remember where a lot of my stuff is. So if he just
tells you
stops
it's
doing
gone.
that, yeah.
yeah.
Oh no, that's gone. Oh, okay.
Hey, you remember all those mini USB cables you own? You don't own them anymore. You threw them away
You know
on
what?
accident.
That's okay. I've got like 14 mini USB
We know!
cables.
We know!
All you have is mini USB.
I'm like, hey, I need to charge my phone. Oh well. Guess I'll just charge my PS3 controller again.
yeah.
No, you don't even charge your PS3 controller.
He doesn't charge anything.
That's the video of Catherine he'll show.
Yeah.
He doesn't
Every
charge
Catherine video, that little pop-up comes up.
it.
Is it charging now?
No.
The system's not plugged in. I ran out of outlets. We could either have light, or we could have a PS3 that we never use.
God damn it.
I chose light.
You know, you could just
There was
plug
a
it into
huge gap between when we needed lights and when we didn't that we could have had PS3.
It's a pain. I gotta move the
Oh, wait,
lamp.
no,
I gotta
it's-
get behind. I gotta
Uh-huh.
swap the cords.
No,
I gotta
here's a
throw
thought.
the lamp back.
Nick, here's a thought. You have a wall plug, right?
No.
That like an adapter that turns a USB outlet into a, I don't know, let's say a mini USB
I
outlet.
have one, and it is for my phone.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what if when you're not using your phone, like let's say you're
When?
at work, and you're not using that charger, you take the mini USB cable, you take one of like the 14 mini USB cables we found in this room while trying to find a micro USB cable, and plug the PS3 controller in. Because it will charge
Then I
off.
have to climb under my bed to get to the outlet where the adapters are plugged in.
It's always something with him.
I'd have better luck actually just bringing it into my car and just using my car
Oh
adapter.
god damn.
The worst part is, I
Is there a
would doubt it.
PS3 controller plugged into your console? Oh yeah, it's charging.
I'm on the road more than I have my PS3 plugged in.
You know, that's not a very difficult claim for you to make.
I don't think
Considering
that's a
it's plugged
difficult
in for
claim
like
for most
once a
people,
week.
man.
It's plugged in for an hour once every month.
Yeah.
I don't really have any game. Like, I actually use my PS2 more than my PS3.
I need Nino Kuni to get moved to PS4.
It's coming.
It's a good
No,
game.
not Nino Kuni 2.
You didn't
first-
say that.
I say Nino Kuni.
He said
Yeah.
Nino Kuni.
You just meant the
Not
series.
specifying the second one.
Okay.
I understood, Connor.
Thank you.
Yay. I like acknowledgement. It's
Well,
like
fuck you.
candy. But no,
Should we
Ni no
give him
Kuni's a
some
fun
candy?
game.
No,
you
we
should
should
play
not
it.
give him a candy.
And when
No.
Ni no Kuni finally comes out, or Ni no Kuni 2 finally comes out
We
in
won't need
like
no Kuni?
2019,
And June 30th, 2018,
or so they say.
or so they say. And they're also saying Kingdom Hearts 2019, I think it was. So
No, they said 2018.
shit,
What's
that's
gonna come
right.
first. I wonder.
Kingdom Hearts actually is slated before Ni no Kuni 2, before they delay it again. I mean,
I don't think they're ever gonna stop delaying it.
On the one hand, I'm not gonna say I'm
I-
glad they are.
No, they're Duke Nukeming it.
Oh, do you think they're gonna hype it up to where it's just gonna be too unattainable and then release a shit game?
I'm not saying
They've already
them hype
done
it.
that.
Because Duke Nukem, I have it. Bought
Do
it.
I
like,
have it
opening
too.
week.
I didn't buy it opening week because I didn't have money at that point in my life.
I didn't fall for that shit.
I also didn't
I,
really care about it.
I asked for it from my parents as like my one and whenever often gift, and it was very
That's a thing?
weird when the guy because like sometimes I just won't do birthday. I'll be like, hey, it's July, because my birthday's so close to Christmas. I'll be like, it's July. Can I just have my birthday present? And it's like, yeah. Because if anything comes out in the summer, I'm not getting it for 6 months.
Yeah,
So that was how we kind of helped with that.
I guess I kind of got lucky to be born like dead in the middle of the summer releases.
But yeah, no. So
I get
my
spring
dad
releases.
goes up. We're at GameStop. He goes up. It's like, hey, I want to buy that Duke Nukem game, and they say regular or Balls of Steel edition. And he turns to me, the 12-year-old son or whatever, and he's just like, the what? And I was like, it's okay, just regular. And he's like, okay.
I
You
just
don't-
realized
Nick, you don't have balls of steel.
we need to run a survey here. I think your date of birth affects what game genres you prefer, based on what releases are accessible to you as gifts at that time.
Should we have a straw poll open?
Yeah,
When did Kingdom Hearts... Kingdom Hearts would be like...
that's different. PS2 games sold year-round.
Okay.
Like, when they released, yeah, they had to release, but it's not anywhere near, like today.
Got it.
I'd be interested to see people our age, based on their birthday, with the past 6 years of releases and the seasons they are, and how much people prefer genres that are closer to their birthday release.
I wonder if that has anything to... When
I
does...
lived in Mexico for an extended period of time. The only time I ever got new video games was when my dad had a business trip to America, and he picked up a new game for me. I never got to decide on my games as a kid.
Well, I mean, yeah, you obviously aren't taking part in this.
Yeah.
Go away.
But he did pick some very good games that I did actually enjoy. He picked Xenosaga.
Yeah, so your dad picked some weird games for...
Oh, I think that my dad just looking at things and thinking, this is some weeb trash, got him on the nose. Because, first game...
my son is a piece of shit weeb. This is pretty weeb.
So...
Actually, if you just said, my son lives in Mexico...
My gun lives in Mexico.
My son lives
and
in
it loves
Mexico
anime.
and likes video games. They're just gonna assume you like anime
Mexico's
games.
a huge anime, culture.
Yeah, no, dude, Dragon Ball Z is huge.
It's insane.
So, first ever video game I got was Pokemon Gold. Loved it.
Right.
Second game after that was Super Mario Bros. 2.
Okay.
Third, I got Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy X at the exact same time.
That explains so fucking much.
Yeah.
That explains everything, actually.
Fourth game I ever got was Xenosaga, and then I didn't get another game for a couple years.
I accepted this was who he was as a person, but it all just clicked together right here.
What, just
Jeez.
from birth I was forced to be this kind of person?
You were molded into this.
Yep.
I was hoping it was just a choice on your behalf.
It really wasn't.
Nope, it was entirely...
My dad chose my lifestyle for me, and he's disappointed in every decision he's ever made.
Nice.
You
Thanks.
can use that. Anytime he expresses any disappointment, just scream, "You did this to me!"
I did recently.
Oh, there you
I was
go.
gonna say, yeah, I do that with my parents. Your family functions.
They go, "Nick, why are you so weird?" And be like, "I don't know, I'm fucking...
I'm
I'm real messed up.
that's just me.
I don't fault you, but I'm real messed up."
Nah, man, I'm all good.
Genetic lottery, I can't really blame you for that one.
Well, I
lucked
can.
out. I lucked out great. I mean, look at me.
Like, your genes are fine.
They're okay. I can't wear jeans without tearing the crotch out. I actually, because my...
Well,
work- you
I'm
know what,
sorry,
yeah,
I
you
know you meant because it happens accidentally, but
Yeah.
I imagine, you wear jeans and you're like, "Fuck this!" and you just rip it out.
I won't say I don't, because I kind of do. On accident.
I just see you purposefully not having
Accidentally.
any more of Pants' shit.
I subconsciously remove the crotch from my pants.
I won't be needing this.
But so, for the longest time in my childhood, I would always, whenever I wore a pair of pants, I would somehow actually just rip a hole right in the center of the crotch. So, my mom took to buying me reinforced crotch pants.
They sell that.
They do.
Does it say, for the
Is it
child
just
who can't
armor?
keep it in?
It sounds like she's buying you leather reinforced.
I will show you.
Like,
a-
It's kind of thinking
Steel-toed.
chastity
I
belt.
actually have some of them pulled up on my
That
phone
explains a lot.
because I had to get new work pants, and so I had to buy some work jeans. And my mom was like, "Which one of these would you like?" And I'm like, "Oh, you'll buy them for me, thanks." But it's literally I have to get reinforced crotch pants.
I'm glad to know that they make them.
I'm
It's
not.
very nice.
I wish I hadn't. Jeans don't need a layer of it that's thicker than the rest.
It's not a layer. It's like an extra
Extra seam.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a diamond they put in.
Yeah.
It looks like for people who got big old dickos.
No, it looks like it actually restricts that.
It restricts the dick.
Not really, no. It actually adds like an extra
It looks
layer
like it
of give.
compresses it.
No, it's just extra space.
It's flappy.
Yeah.
It's free real estate.
It makes your crotch have more room.
So it is for people with big old dickos.
Yes, it is.
Or Michael.
Yeah.
Or Michael.
No, it's...
Who tore his?
Yeah. I tore my dick. And my scrotum.
Don't do that. You don't want that.
Well, let's not talk about that anymore and talk about how
Speaking
this
of-
podcast is
it's
over.
I was about to say things we don't want is to end this podcast properly. We're done here. Fuck off.
Thank you for listening to the MoistyVoice episode 29.
Please listen again next week.